Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to discuss a topic that often raises eyebrows and questions. What are the risks of anal sex? Now, this isn't a topic we shy away from. We believe it's crucial to have open, informed discussions about all aspects of sexual health and activity. And yes, that includes anal sex. Like any form of sexual activity, anal sex has its own unique set of risks and considerations. It's not about fear-mongering, but about equipping you with the knowledge to make informed decisions. It's about practicing safe, consensual sex, no matter what form it takes. So we're going to delve into the nitty-gritty, dispel some myths, and shed light on the facts. Remember, consent, safety, and communication are key in any sexual activity. Let's begin by understanding what anal sex is and why it is different from other forms of sexual activity. Anal sex involves sexual activity that focuses on the anus. But why is it different from other sexual activities? Well, let's dive into the anatomy of the matter. The human body is a fascinating machine, and the anus is no exception. Unlike the vagina, the anus doesn't produce natural lubrication. This lack of moisture can lead to increased friction during sexual activity, which in turn can cause friction-related tears. Another notable difference lies in the tissues that make up the anus. These tissues are significantly thinner than those found in other parts of the body involved in sexual activity. This thinness makes them more susceptible to tears and injuries. It's like the difference between a heavyweight and a lightweight in a boxing match. The lightweight can put up a good fight, but they're more likely to get hurt. These anatomical differences play a significant role in the overall experience of anal sex. They are the factors that make anal sex unique in its own way, but they also contribute to the increased risks associated with it. To put it in perspective, imagine sliding down a dry slide versus a water slide. The dry slide, lacking lubrication, would cause more friction and potentially some discomfort. The water slide, on the other hand, offers a smoother ride. That's a simplistic comparison, but it helps underline the importance of understanding the anatomy involved in anal sex. These anatomical differences are the root cause of some of the risks we will discuss next. It's important to remember that knowledge is power. By understanding the unique characteristics of the anus, we can better manage the risks associated with anal sex, making it a safer and more enjoyable experience for all involved. Now that we understand the anatomy, let's delve into the potential risks associated with anal sex. It's important to be aware of these risks to ensure your sexual experiences are as safe and enjoyable as possible. First up, there's the risk of bacterial infections. The anus is full of bacteria that are harmless in their natural environment, but can cause infections if they're transferred to other parts of the body. This can happen during anal sex, especially if you switch to other sexual activities without cleaning up first. Next, we have sexually transmitted infections, or STIs. The anus's lining is thin and sensitive, which makes it more susceptible to micro-tears. These tiny tears can act as entry points for STIs, including HIV, herpes, and gonorrhea. Condom use is crucial for reducing this risk. Anal abscesses are another potential risk. These are painful pockets of pus that can develop around the anus, often as a result of a bacterial infection. Now, let's talk lubricants. The anus does not produce its own lubrication, so using a lubricant is essential for comfort and safety. However, not all lubricants are created equal. Spermicides and saliva, for instance, can increase irritation and the risk of STIs. It's best to stick with water-based or silicone-based lubricants. There's also the potential for large tears known as anal fissures. These can cause significant pain and bleeding and may require medical treatment. In rare cases, a tear could lead to a fistula, an abnormal connection between the rectum and the skin around the anus. Fistulas can cause ongoing discomfort and may require surgical intervention. It's worth noting that anal sex can irritate existing hemorrhoids, although it's unlikely to cause them. And while it's a common myth that a woman can't get pregnant from anal sex, it's actually possible for semen to find its way to the vagina during these encounters, making pregnancy a potential risk. Lastly, some research suggests a possible link between anal sex and fecal incontinence, but more studies are needed to confirm this connection. These risks might sound daunting, but with the right precautions, they can be minimized. Remember, open communication with your partner about comfort levels and boundaries is key to a safe and enjoyable experience. It's important to know how to protect yourself and your partner while engaging in any sexual activity, including anal sex. This involves taking necessary precautions and establishing a foundation of trust and open communication with your partner. A key aspect of safe anal sex is the use of condoms. Condoms are essential in preventing the transmission of sexually transmitted infections, or STIs. They act as a barrier between partners, keeping harmful bacteria and viruses from spreading. So, always remember to use a condom during anal sex, even if you and your partner have been tested and are clear of STIs. Another important precaution is the use of water-based lubricants. Unlike the vagina, the anus lacks natural lubrication, which can lead to friction-related tears. These tears not only cause discomfort but also increase the risk of bacterial infection and STI transmission. Water-based lubricants help to reduce this friction, making the experience more comfortable for both partners. Avoid using saliva or spermicides as lubricants, as these can increase the risk of irritation and STIs. But physical precautions are just one part of the picture. Equally important is the emotional aspect of the experience. Open communication between partners is key to ensuring a safe and enjoyable experience. Always be sure to discuss your comfort levels, boundaries, and any concerns you may have before engaging in anal sex. Consent is crucial in any sexual activity, and anal sex is no exception. Both partners should feel comfortable and agreeable to the act. Remember, being informed and taking precautions can help ensure a safer and more enjoyable experience. So, we've discussed the risks of anal sex and how to mitigate them. But it's also important to remember that everyone is different. Some may find pleasure in this form of intimacy, while others may not. It's perfectly okay to have preferences, and it's crucial to respect those of your partner too. What's most important is ensuring that any sexual activity you engage in is consensual, safe, and enjoyable for all parties involved. Remember, the information we've discussed today is not exhaustive. There are other risks and factors to consider, and what works for one person may not work for another. Each person's body reacts differently, and it's essential to listen to your body and be aware of any discomfort or unusual symptoms. If you have any concerns about your sexual health, don't hesitate to seek advice from a healthcare professional. They can provide you with accurate information, answer your questions, and guide you on the best practices for your specific situation. They can also help you understand the various methods of protection available and how to use them correctly. Beyond the physical aspects, it's also important to consider the emotional elements of intimacy. Open and honest communication with your partner is key. Discuss your boundaries, your worries, and your desires. This can significantly enhance your sexual experiences and make them more fulfilling. This conversation may have been enlightening, or maybe it's prompted you to think about things you've never considered before. Perhaps it's reaffirmed what you already knew, or challenged some preconceived notions. Whatever your takeaways, we hope it has contributed positively to your understanding of sexual health. What do you think about this topic? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, stay safe, stay informed, and stay positive. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get new video updates.